Hello there, Inspired Tennos. Stop. I'm not in frame at all. Stop me if you've heard this before. Relics is the best, most reliable way for new players to make platinum. It has always been the best way, and it will always be the best way. And then they go on to never explain why. That's not how we do it around here. So there's a number of reasons why relics are kind of insane. It's not because of the relics, obviously, it's because of the, items that's inside. Prime parts will always be valuable because primes are prestigious and it's something that everyone wants. So the demand is always going to be high, even if some primed items are not going to be wanted in that period. You can always hold on to those items and then sell them later. Is it good for getting platinum right now and right here? Yes, it is. There will always be valuable items, and as you're most likely going to be doing this in a squad, even some of your teammates might bring some vaulted relics with some valuable items inside if you don't have any. You can also just focus on the newest prime if they've been released recently. So how can you abuse this system? Well, if you have platinum, then you want to go ahead and buy prime parts. Okay, this is called prime junk, and you want to use I will leave an example of a trade message down in the description, so you can go ahead and use that. That's just one option. I think you know what I'm getting at with this. If not, go ahead and take a look at it. So you want to buy as much as possible, and we are going to break down exactly how much you are expected to profit from each part in each category. We have common, uncommon, and rares. And that's fine and all, but also, what if you don't have any platinum? Is there something you can do then? Yes, there is. You can just go ahead and farm the prime parts themselves, but then the question is, which part should you sell and which should you turn into ducats? And if you turn them into ducats, how much can you really expect to profit? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Just realized I wasn't recording. Anyways, this wouldn't be a Syntaxigon video without some spreadsheets, and if there were ever a topic who deserved a spreadsheet, it would be this one. Now let's just jump right into it. So as you can see right here, a prime mod will cost you 350 ducats. Alright. Now if you decide to quick sell these, and what I mean by that is that when Bardokatir brings out a prime mod, of course its price drops significantly because all of a sudden it's more available. The demand doesn't change, but the supply does. If you sell it this way, then you will make 0.09 platinum per ducat. Okay, but if you wait, then you'll make 23 platinum per ducat. So let's move over here. Commons can either be 15 ducats or 25 ducats. Uncommons can either be 45 ducats or 65 ducats. These are the prices I like to pay, but you can set your own prices. The reason why I set slightly higher prices is because even if the ratio, like the worst ratio in terms of platinum to ducats is this, but as you can see I still profit more per items, so I do this to get more out of my trades. If you have, a very small amount of ducats, you might want to consider only paying 6 here and maybe only paying 3 here and 1 here. If you're really greedy, you can try only paying 2 here, but that's probably going to be quite difficult for you to actually find some buyers then. Now, let's take a look over here. So for each 15 ducat items, we're going to make 0.3. If we quick sell it, 0.1 here, 0.9, and 0.6 for both of these. And these are rounded up and down. That's why these are the same here, but different over here. As you can see, if we wait for it to increase in price, which you absolutely should, then the value goes up by a lot. And that's because this is the ducats multiplied by, hold on, here, by the worth of 1 ducat in platinum, minus the initial cost. That's why the difference is so huge. Okay, take 3. Turns out camera was in the way. Anyways, I don't mind talking about this. So if you're new here, the blue squares are stuff that never changes. This can just be named in the spreadsheet, cost and value. Obviously you can't change it. You can change it if you like, but the yellow squares, these can be changed without breaking anything. So the price you pay, for example, or the amount of each item you've gotten. So you just plug in these numbers, and then this down here will tell you the cost of it. So the amount of platinum you spent, how much you will get back, and how much profit you will be left with. So go ahead and play around with that some. Now, what if you wanted to do this, but you don't have any platinum at all? Can you still participate? Yes, you can. This is one of those investments which you can participate in, because the value of this comes from a misunderstanding in the in the general public of Warframe. People underestimate the value of ducats. So basically, this is always a limited time event, because what you can go out and farm ducats, and then you can buy an item which then is essentially vaulted, and this happens every other week. So you can think of this as a rotating event that's only for limited time. Let's go and take a look at it. So, and all of this is assuming that you're selling at 80 platinum, by the way. So 15 ducats will give you, these numbers are really ugly to look at, actually, hold on. There. Will get you 3.4 platinum, okay? 25s is 5.7, and so on and so forth. You can go and take a look at it for yourself. So what this means is that if you have an uncommon part which sells for 7 platinum, you shouldn't try and sell it for 2 reasons. First up, it's worth more if you turn it into primed mods. And secondarily, you're not wasting time trying to sell this one item when you could be out farming more of these instead. One of the great parts about this whole setup is that it has a relatively low opportunity cost when it comes to selling, because ultimately by condensing these down, and because you have to sell quite a few of these just to get one prime mod, you have to conduct fewer trades, which means you have more time to farm, which means you can get more mods and so on and so forth. And actually, even if you have a rare part which costs, well, if it costs 20, just sell it. But if it costs like 15, 16, don't necessarily sell it. If you really need the platinum, then sell it, of course. But if we're talking like pure efficiency, save it. Turn it into ducats. It's 23 for 1 gold part. That, by the way, this means that like if everyone rats the relic, think about how much profit you're going to make. Well, let's not think about it. Let's actually calculate it. So this here is oh, I shouldn't do that. So this here is actually something which I've done before in one of my previous videos. I've actually done it a couple of times. So this here is the odds of getting a rare part if everyone brings a rat relic, which is just 10%, which is indicated by this 0.1. This is the chance of getting a uncommon, and this is the chance of getting neither a rare or an uncommon, which would result in a common. So this is the chance of getting 0 rares and 0 uncommons, forcing you to pick a common. Also, I'm ignoring these 25s and 65s as they are the exception. Most commons cost 50 and most uncommons cost 45. Okay. So this is the average worth of each of these different categories, and it turns out to 14.16. Okay, that's just 14 platinum. A quick reminder, these 14 is better, and this is for running 1 rat share, is better than rolling, like farming Kuva for rolling ribbons for an entire hour. This is so good because of the whole, it's essentially a limited time event that sort of breaks the rules. Absolutely, if you need platinum, this is how to do it. This is the best way to get started, hands down. At least if we're talking risk-free. If you don't mind risking 1,000, 2,000 platinum, yes, there's better options. But if you either don't have that already, or you're not willing to risk that much, use this method. Okay? I look forward to seeing you in the next one.